There goes the record. There goes the encoder. And you're good to go.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Tales from the Barside. I'm your host, Remy. This is my lovely co-host, Lauren.
Hi.
She's getting all of our socials up and going. And we're doing a little podcast crossover tonight. This is Joey and Vincent from the Boys Shooting Club podcast. What up, fellas?
How you doing,
What
doggy?
up, y'all?
Doing really good. Glad to have you guys on the show. I've listened to a couple episodes of your podcast. You guys are hilarious, man.
Same. You guys are so funny.
Oh, thank you.
Man, we should have kept the red light on to hide the blushing. I don't do well with compliments. You know what I'm saying?
So for those of our guests who are our listeners who don't know about you guys, tell us a little bit about your podcast. What do you guys talk about?
Well, day to
Put you on
day.
the spot.
Day to day, it's about we work for a website called trippystore.com that sells beaded curtains, sublime blacklight posters, twisted blacklight posters, marijuana leaf blacklight posters, tool blacklight posters.
So it sounds like an online head shop.
Well, without the
Well,
paraphernalia, because we don't believe
It's
in
not
that.
sleazy.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
well, tobacco pipes, right?
It's
Tobacco.
more,
yeah.
we consider it more of an art museum.
Okay.
All right.
Kind of a slave to the trade. You know what I mean? You can't take those boots off at the end of the day. All you see is the beaded curtains and the black lights.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, when you're passionate about something, you take it home with you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
The only thing sketchy is the elephant ivory, but that doesn't go on the website.
that you
That
got
one
to know
under
somebody to
wraps.
get into that.
Yeah.
We also cater in reviewing gas stations, I would say, local establishments. There's a Harmony House motel that gets a lot of play on the podcast.
Yeah, I
down
thought you
the
were just
road.
gonna say Harmony House and like end it there because there used to be one where I grew up and like I.
Oh no,
haven't seen
this is like
Very
a
different.
low end
Very different.
hotel for crack addicts.
Hell of a
Oh,
wall
okay.
ride spot, though. If you skateboard,
Sounds like a cool place.
So you can rent a room by the half hour if you need to, is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
15 minutes if you got the right charm. you
Yeah,
know what I'm
if you get busted for the 8th time stealing from the Dollar General across the street, you can just run and give the guy $20 and he'll give you a key to the room to hide out for a little while.
Very nice.
clean sheets too.
It's a good business model because you don't have to be having like weird sex to get a room.
no. Maybe
No, it's
commit
not a
minor
requirement.
crimes, but
You
either
have to
way.
actually justify your weird sex before you can get a room. Actually, if you do want to.
Yeah, you have to prove to him with a video on your cell phone of what you're going to be getting into.
It's between you and the Lord at that point. You know what I mean? Anything that happens after that, that's the big guy.
If you're
Or
agreeing,
lady.
if you're agreeing with the front desk guy that you're going to be doing piss play, you know, you have to show him the tarps that you have prepared in the trunk of your car, and you have to show like him a video of you performing it correctly.
You know the Sheraton downtown where they host the Youmacon? I heard that they have a huge problem with the same thing where they're like, if you're renting out a room, $600 minimum, because I know what goes on after hours at anime
Oh yeah, the
conventions.
deposit.
I know that at Youmacon they actually have like a competition that they do where it's like who can leave their room like the cleanest, and I'm sure that they started that because of all the like anime.
There's like
conventions
two
and, like, furry
good doers doing that shit.
Yeah, you got a bunch of cum stained like fox suits and shit like that you got to go and clean up afterwards. I'd be like, I need more money than the Trader Joe's employee that like, you know.
Right.
25% of the attendees are wearing diapers and actively shitting and pissing themselves. They're not worried about a competition for a GameStop gift card for the cleanest room of the weekend.
Boy, do they
Well, if you have
crush
the
Marvel
cleanest
versus
room,
Capcom
you get the room
2,
for
though.
free the next year.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like an incentive to leave your.
I still think that
room
there's
clean.
only 2% of the population of the convention worried about that.
The old double down. Hey, you know what, man? That's why we should sneak in. Go in our Sonic and Tails costumes we've been working on all year.
Yeah.
None the
shit.
wiser. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Make a little bit of money. I say we're
Where-
neat freaks.
Where can people actually hear your podcast?
You can find Boys Shooting Club on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever dipshit like Google, Android app that you have on your phone. YouTube. We got a Patreon, patreon.com/Boys Shooting Club with like one free episode a week and like a bunch of empty promises.
Yeah. Like movie pods, movie review pods. We've done a couple of those
movie
episodes.
commentary pod that we haven't done in a while.
Yeah.
But
you know,
Anywhere
being
you get your
unemployed is tough,
podcast.
man.
Anywhere you can hear podcasts, that's where you can find them. So check them out. They're really funny. I was listening on Spotify, so it was really, really funny. And I'm really excited to have you guys on. Here's some good stories, drunken stories about you guys at bars, shows, doesn't matter. So
parking lots?
I'm excited to get into that.
Yeah, there's a lot of parking lots.
Yeah, more parking
lots
bars.
works. Just drunken stories is pretty good with me. So.
I would say I have more fun drinking in a car, like outside the bar, than I do actually drinking in the bar.
Yeah, if I can be honest with you guys, my least favorite place in the world is a bar. But I love drinking. So it's like, you got to go through one to get to the other.
Do you go to like house parties and stuff though?
And still just end up in the car.
Oh, I'm judgmental. It doesn't mean I don't go to the bar. I just don't like it. You know what I mean? I find that like if you want to do, a mild amount of cocaine and fight with your best friend and, get drunk, you can do it in the apartment for much cheaper.
Yeah.
Much cheaper. Same results.
You can get the whole evening done at the 10 for 10 dues section at Kroger.
I have Buck Cherry records in this apartment. You know what I'm saying? It's the same experience.
Yeah, I got 3 different, different versions of Buck Cherry's Crazy Bitch. I got one in like 128, one in 320, one in flat. It depends on what kind.
Does that band have any other songs? I'm
for the
pretty
heads.
sure that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, bro, they got lit up.
Right.
I'm all lit up.
I didn't even know that was Buck Cherry, to be completely
How can I forget about Lit Up?
Clearly, you weren't watching professional wrestling in 2003 religiously because you couldn't escape them. I found lately that that's where all of my music taste comes from. I got back on the Limp Bizkit as of this week. Slipknot, Yeah,
I tried to listen to a Bright Eyes song and I turned it off like 30 seconds in and put on Saliva.
My man. Click, click, boom. You know what I'm saying?
I'm 33 years old now, so I don't got time for all this shit. I need to go right for the adrenaline boost. I killed off a lot of my serotonin in my youth, and I honestly only get it back from like shit like Saliva and Static X.
Trust by Limp Bizkit.
Like bringing it back, getting that old school vibe for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what year we would have been like in school when that was going on.
Freshman year.
That was our freshman year.
Damn, bro.
That was around the time that we met each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably.
My buddy that used to pressure me into masturbating with him, he used to like threaten me. I lived with my grandpa. I was a grandpa kid. I don't want to say his name because he's actually hiding out in Arizona because he got racked up a grand larceny charge from stealing TVs from a Walmart up north, and he's got bounty hunters looking for him. The last I heard, he couldn't even stand up in his house that he was renting. He had to crawl around on the floor because he was scared of being seen in the windows, and he smokes meth religiously.
Oh, okay.
One has to do with the other, like a Venn diagram.
Pete.
But there's a lot of religions out there that you can choose from. Meth smoking wouldn't be like top on my list, but I can see how, if you get into grand larceny of televisions and you've got bounty hunters after you, they kind of
run something by you here, Remy.
Yeah.
Let's just say a certain podcast, second mic over here happens to move to Arizona in the next couple of years when things start popping off, And I open up someone opens up like an ayahuasca ceremony like station, but it's just methamphetamines. Because once you get the stigma out of there and you really focus on you and what you're going through, you can have the same breakthroughs. I don't see the problem. I'll play the pantsuit for you.
Anything that gets you closer to God, my man.
And makes a couple of bucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You watch Elon Musk on the Joe Rogan Experience. It really opens some fucking doors in your head.
Why you gotta throw me under the bus like that, bro? Sage,
But yeah, that dude used to threaten to call my grandfather and tell him to come pick me up because I was masturbating in his room if I wouldn't masturbate with him. So I used to just walk home when he'd start that shit. But he moved to his dad's house in like Farmington Hills for a year.
Yeah.
And met Lauren, and then we started talking on AOL Instant Messenger. And I remember I had my grandpa drive me to a mall like 45 minutes away so we could hang out.
Yeah,
and
I remember that.
There was a dude
that sheep guy. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, with the pomade and the Linkin Park shirt with the pomade. He kept pulling the pomade out of his pocket and respiking his hair.
Now, Lauren, I don't blame you. A 13-year-old boy in Creepers that likes the Necromantics. I would be interested too. How do you say no?
You got to keep your do looking fresh, man. I mean, when you go for that spiky look and it starts laying a little flat,
it looked good, man. It looked like an infant Wayne Static hairdo.
All right.
Oh my god.
Like a little flaccid Wayne Static penis.
Little Mark McGrath frosted tips going on. Or
I remember like my current roommate Jack and I going to a party at I think Chris's house, and it was like you guys had a bunch of pools.
Yeah, Pool City. we would buy like 15 to 20 small pools and connect them and drink in them for like a week straight.
We kept up the ceremony for Chris's birthday this year, dude. We went up north and we made Pool City.
Yeah.
And we were all encouraged to make a theme. I was a little lazy and late. And so I just grabbed rotini and pasta sauce from the dollar store and then mixed it up into one of the baby pools. Nobody wanted to swim in that one, as you can imagine.
Ruckus did the same thing. He thought his child's pool was too cold, so he went in the house and cooked ramen noodles, and he just dumped the whole thing in the pool. And our buddy's like 85-year-old great aunt lived in the house behind them, and they came walking by like as Ruckus was simultaneously dumping the ramen in and just chugging a half gallon of like Heaven Hill rum.
There can only be one. Yeah. You know, I haven't met a Ruckus since before or after. Remy, have you had the pleasure?
I have not, but that sounds awesome.
We're gonna take you to Pittsburgh, brother.
I have been to Pittsburgh before.
There's some good bars in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, howlers.
Yeah, like real working class bars that are not afraid to tell you how it is. Our buddy was getting married, so we stopped at a bar. Before we went to you got married at like a bird aviary.
The aviary,
There were penguins there.
That's pretty.
They had a penguin walk down the aisle. It was the craziest shit I ever seen.
Oh my
god.
And
we stopped into a bar. We had our little tuxes on, and he's like, I'm getting married, and all these fucking coal miners were just like, what the fuck are you doing? Don't get fucking married.
I'm gonna save you $20,000 here right now, kid. Jolt.
Yeah.
Right. Yins must be crazy if Yins is getting married.
I love the Yinzer talk.
Oh, me too. So I actually spent a year in Pittsburgh. I moved down there when I was 20. I spent my 21st birthday at a little place in Shadyside called Chiefs. And it was an old fireman hangout. So they had all kinds of fire helmets on the wall. They had a jar full of pickled eggs on the bar. Nice. And one of the greatest jukeboxes I've ever heard in my life. So this was like late 90s, would have been 96 era. And just a lot of cool stuff on the jukebox there. Yeah, but great little hole in the wall dive bar kind of place where everybody knows each other. And yeah, Pittsburgh's good people, man.
Now, did Ill Temples of the Boom by Cypress Hill make it onto that jukebox?
Ill Temples of the Boom. I remember a lot of
Boom Bitty Bye Bye.
I remember a lot of John Spencer Blues Explosion type of music. And what else did we have on there? There's probably some Cypress Hill on there. I'm going to go ahead and say that's a yay for this.
I don't like that the bar can pull rank. So if you pay like good, hard-earned American money on a song, and they can just fucking hit the X button on that.
You're talking about Wasting Time by Kid Rock,
We tried to play Amazing Jekyll Brothers, the ICP record, in its entirety, front to back. The bartender said, that ain't fucking happening. I'll buy you guys a drink, but we're stopping that. It's like, I don't even want the fucking drink.
Damn.
I'll let you play it at my bar.
Not at Mustangs, baby. They'll let that shit rock. You know what I mean?
Well, Mustangs is like a fucking... like that is a museum.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
okay,
the carry on.
I actually have had to actually skip somebody's songs before, and like I try not to do it. I try not to do it. But okay, so let me just say that they were like playing the same song like a million times in a row kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or there was one time that they were playing songs that were just like extremely inappropriate for being inside of like a barcade, like in the daytime.
Okay. All the twisted songs that say the N-word.
There's like parents coming up and being mad at me kind of thing. So like
You
skip
mean
over
that
it.
David Allen Coe song?
Yeah,
I hear you. I hear you.
But I try not to do it otherwise. Like if there's like swear words, I don't care, whatever. But if it's like straight up like, you know, saying some raunchy shit, then I'm like, all right, there's kids around.
Well, and to be fair, like if I'm at a dive bar and I hear 4 ICP songs in a row, I'm cool with it. But like, not everybody's cup of tea. You know what I mean?
My
like,
man, Remy, my man.
I mean, sometimes you're going
it.
through a breakup, so you have to listen to Juggalo Homie 6 times in a row with you by yourself at the,
the
sitting at the bar.
Past that shit.
We went to the Buffalo Wild Wings one time, and all 3 of us just happened to play Lit's "My Own Worst Enemy" because we loved the song. And they shut down the privileges halfway through.
Oh, yeah.
Like, well, I don't like how much power they think they have at Buffalo Wild Wings.
That's $2 each, dude.
I used to work for those bastards, and I feel the same way. And they're like control freaks. But I did have a cool manager at the one I worked with. And every single night when we worked together at closing time, especially if there's stragglers, but every single night I worked with him, we played Careless Whisper and crank it up to 10. So that was like our closing night song. You knew that the lights were going off soon when Careless Whisper came on, and I belted out because I'm behind the bar. I'm gonna sing along with it. You know, that's just.
Oh yeah, I would definitely belt out Careless Whisper for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, we went to the Comet Bar. Remember the Comet Bar?
Oh, I love the Comet Bar.
Yeah.
That was my spot.
Got shut down by Mike Ilitch, Little Caesar Roman soldiers. Had them running in there with assault rifles at all the punk kids.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all weren't ready for the truth. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I was a big fan of Counter-Strike 1.6. So when they came storming in with assault rifles, I was like, this is pretty cool. I know how to use that gun.
That was a great bar, and that was one of the best bars in Detroit. And it was a damn shame when they closed it down. I was sad. Well, I lived at the Leland for a couple of years right before then, so that was a regular hangout spot of mine.
That's
sure.
cool.
Dude, what is it like in there? I need to know.
At the Leland or the
inside of the Leland? I've always wondered what it looks like inside of those apartments.
Oh, the Leland was pretty cool. Like, it was basically a flop house and like grungy punk kids and like some, kids who were too cool for school and stuff like that. There were some really nice places, and then there were some like really beat up trash places.
Because
mine was
sometimes I work for City Club and stuff, and like I'm always like interested in who's like living up there and like what it's like up there, because the rest of the place is like so dilapidated. Like
my buddy's cousin. Oh, my bad.
Go ahead. The best is you'd go to City Club, and then you'd run into somebody who had an apartment upstairs, and then there'd be an after party upstairs. That's how I first found out that you could
I was
live there.
never going with anybody up into their apartment in the Leland. No.
I'll say, if y'all want to see the Leland, you can come to the Harmony House. It's not a problem. I mean, it's a very similar experience.
One time we tried to sneak up into the Leland from City Club, and the bouncer pulled a tactical knife out on me.
Oh yeah.
Said, "You're not going up there, buddy." I was like, okay, well, I'm still gonna smoke a cigarette in the hallway.
That's insane security, dude. Over here, we can't even get these people to stop leaving shopping carts in front of the door.
Right.
In front of the door.
I gotta admit, when I lived at the Leland, for as run down as it was, they were pretty good about like you had to go past the front desk and get buzzed in. You had to have a key. Like they weren't letting everybody in because for years they had been doing that. People sneaking in and sneaking up and stuff like that. So.
My friend's cousin, she used to fuck one of the dudes from Skinny Puppy, and she lived in the Leland, and she ended up jumping out a window and killing herself.
Oh,
not because of the man from Skinny Puppy.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It
at
was
the
like
Leland?
1987. Yeah, at the Leland.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, in like 1987.
Well,
that's where the terrace got redone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice terrace, though.
I lived there 2.5, maybe 3 years, and there was at least 6 deaths while I was there. So yeah.
Okay,
it would be a pretty nice place to die.
When the labyrinth was underneath.
Oh yeah.
And there was Labyrinth Bar, and like you had to like wear your big stompers in there because there was like 2 inches of water.
That was like a for real goths only.
It really was.
Yeah.
You could not get in this
City Club.
It was underneath the City Club.
Yeah, sorry, Joe, you wouldn't be able to get in.
Labyrinth was the other side of the building. It was over by Lucy and Ethel's, the little diner and stuff. The City Club was on the other side.
I thought it was in the basement, like underneath City Club.
That's the place that looks like the Ninja Turtles action
felt like
figure
it was,
place.
but
We're playing around in.
It was just on the other side, but it was like
You had to go downstairs into a basement to get there. That's why it was called Labyrinth. But it was it was on opposite ends of the hotel. Yeah. Look at me with all the City Club knowledge and the Leland.
You would have to bring like a Polaroid picture of like all of your industrial CDs to prove you were really a rivet head.
Yeah. Name 6 Ministry songs, or I'm gonna knock your teeth down your throat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
If your girlfriend doesn't have at least 3 lip piercings, you're not getting in. Sorry.
Yeah.
Fair.
If I can't see tape over your nipples, then you're not getting in.
Yep. Sorry.
Whatever. Are they still doing the cyber dreads? That thing?
Oh, I hope so.
I like that. That was cool. Everyone
like the
dreadful
things of like
the people that walk around looking like the Predator.
The knit.
Those guys were sick.
It's true, but yeah, some people still do that. I don't see it as often.
It's a damn shame when good things die out.
Yeah, like the cyber god thing is like a little bit less so now, but they were doing that for a hot minute.
There's got to be like a 45-year-old guy who is still living like it's not a phase type shit.
Yeah, of course.
Right, yeah.
He owns it.
Yeah, hosting his own.
I know plenty
like,
of people that it's
podcast.
not a phase.
As it shouldn't be. As it should be.
Yeah, I don't think it should be either. Great. Absolutely, I love it.
Speaking of which, can you still get trip pants from Hot Topic?
I don't know. Actually, the pair that I had were actually Dickies, and they were fucking gigantic. They were like parachutes. They were like
99 was a good year for like all of like the main like jean manufacturers like had some fat pants going on.
I got mine from
I've been trying to track down Lee Pipes in South Pole for like 3 weeks now since the the Biden bucks came in. And no dice.
I threw my fucking Biden bucks into GameStop stock and I lost everything.
You lost?
Oh, no.
You didn't sell quick enough.
All these guys on the internet told me I was gonna make like a couple $1,000s.
Yeah, I'm just saying, was the day to sell though. You had to get rid of it at the right time.
No, I didn't lose nothing. I bought one share for like $260, and then today when I saw it drop to $290, I was like, I'm fucking out of here. You losers are on your own.
You tried to get in early.
Shit. Yeah.
Dip out. Sell.
I guess the time to buy it was a couple of weeks ago when it was still like $8 a share, and then you made a bunch of money. But it only went up so far.
At one point, like $2.50 a share for fucking GameStop.
That's the problem with the stock market is like once you find out about something, it's too late. If I find out about it, then it's too late. Like
it's true. If I would have found out I could gamble my unemployment check on the stock market like 6 months ago, I'd be fucking rich.
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Gambling my unemployment check is the exact type of degeneracy that fucking appeals to me.
Bro, you eat peanut butter a couple times a week for dinner.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's all gonna pay off.
It's called a diet.
I'm just pinching pennies, baby. I'm tightening up the belt. Tighten up the shoelace around my waist. You know what I'm saying?
Peanut butter. I hope you have some celery to go with it. You got to get your fiber in there, man. Like
I'm a banana guy with it. What? With the peanut butter?
Like
peanut butter and celery?
No, you cut up the banana, you toss it right on.
And you spoon it in?
No, onto the bread.
Oh, on the bread.
Sandwich style.
No,
sandwich,
I'm just talking.
Yeah,
okay.
I know that there's people that also do like marshmallow fluff, and I have never done that, but it sounds
those
like
people are sick.
Potentially all right.
I disagree. I kind of want to try that out.
Yeah, you're a marshmallow fluff guy?
I don't think I've ever tried it.
My family busts out that type of shit at Thanksgiving. I leave the table.
Christopher Montesanti asked for that when he came into his mom's house on the last Sopranos episode.
The Nutter Fluffer.
Yep. Y'all watch Sopranos?
I haven't seen the whole thing all the way through, but I've tried to, and I just
get busy doing other stuff. That shit really is good. The Sopranos is like our Bible.
It's actually what we're falling back on. If Boys Shooting Club falls through, we're just going to become the real Talking Sopranos podcast.
Yeah.
Because what you want to hear actors that were on set, or you want to hear people with ill-informed opinions?
Yeah.
Ill-informed opinions every time. Yeah.
The Soprano-it-alls.
Oh,
shit.
That's kind of what the Boys Shooting Club is, though. It's just misinformation and bad takes because we're not very well educated.
And damn,
we decided to work in grocery stores instead of go to college.
Or Wendy's.
And we're proud of it,
Wendy's?
Oh, yeah. I know how to make a W on a couple of burgers. I signed an NDA, so I can't say much more than that, but I've made a couple of W's. Sure.
Dave Thomas is really fucking serious about his intellectual property.
He won't do anything because, he's underground, but his son?
His son is a real motherfucker.
Wait, what about
Charlie
Wendy?
Thomas?
Old Chucky T.
Yeah, Chucky
What
T.
about Wendy Thomas? Isn't that like named after his daughter or something?
His daughter.
Yeah, no, that wasn't daughter.
His daughter.
Neighborhood hussy.
You know who else had a daughter? Jimmy Page. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that's what Dave Thomas was up to.
Ted Nugent, too.
Yeah. Well, hold on a second now.
The Motor City Madman adopted a child for sex.
I refuse to believe that the Stranglehold creator is a pedophile.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man.
You're telling me that someone with that many automatic weapons and that much property?
Yeah. I mean, I know when you fucking see a guy with like a fucking $3,000 bow and arrow, you go, that's a straight shooter. That's the guy I want to listen to for political opinions. But no, he fucks kids.
You would think so. Sometimes,
like
you know,
Woody Allen marry his like stepdaughter or something?
Yeah.
All for the art, you know?
Yeah,
you just don't get it because you're not cultured. But if you spend $35,000, get into CCS,
and
they'll tell you how it works.
That's art school 101.
Woody Allen, it wasn't his stepdaughter; it was his adopted daughter.
His adopted. So it was like his daughter.
He and his wife adopted a daughter when she was
That's
little.
Like your daughter, then.
Exactly, and then he married her later on.
Okay, so even worse. All right, cool.
Yeah, dude, art sucks. Let me tell you. Burn it all, brother. If it comes like, you know what I mean, with a tinge of pedophilia, I ain't watching TV, I ain't listening to music.
Well, speaking of which, you guys hear about Marilyn Manson is in the news for bad reasons. Apparently, he's a big old nasty.
I saw that while I was driving on the highway today.
Yeah. Oh, you were watching the.
I was checking the stocks and flipping through, and then I saw something on Instagram, so I had to text Joey and be like, "Dog, they took down Marilyn."
I didn't read the account, but I said, it probably didn't happen. And then I read the account. You know, who's to say?
Okay, but the thing is that I saw this entire thing happen. So what happened today? Because as far as I knew, it was like this was already news.
Well, his label dropped him today, and Evan Rachel Wood came out and named him as the perpetrator. Everybody
I thought she had already done that. Because
well, no, she finally broke her silence about who
I think she was hinting at it before, but today
I think everyone knew that it was Marilyn Manson.
Well, because they had been in a relationship
makeup and silver teeth.
Yeah, I think everybody could read that it was him just looking at him trying to hide his double chin with black face paint. That I respect the fuck out of the move. Like, you still want to be hot, but you put on like 60 pounds. All you do, cover up the double chin, put some black makeup on.
You know, call me an ally. I got a little uncomfortable when he started putting that black on his face.
Well,
you know what I mean? I'm like, whoa, pal, you about to catch 1 and 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for the fellas.
I think that not another teen movie music video made you a little bit too comfortable.
There was like an influx of people doing it at goth bars when I was still working at Necto and stuff. Like, we had a lot of people that would cover.
But it stopped there.
Well, they would like go down their chest, but even if like if it was a girl, they would leave like their boobs uncovered. But it was like it would go down like from here down to like here.
But never up here, right?
No,
never
not
up
on the
here.
face.
Oh,
no black face, just black neck.
I was gonna say I've been out of the circuit for a while. I don't know what's going on in public. We met a blackface man one time and gave him his comeuppance at Wayne Static's funeral, actually.
Yeah, we were at a Halloween party. It was like right after Wayne Static died. So we were drinking pretty heavily, and there was like this 6'4" white dude, like dressed as Lil Wayne with full blackface and everything.
Wow.
Hennessy bottle and the blunt smoking.
Yeah.
Still lit up, and he's just
he went to fucking Party City and bought every possible accessory for that costume, the pimp cup and everything.
And
he was going for it.
He handed us the Hennessy, and so it was like, well, we have to prove a point for America. You know, the equality needs to stand up, you know, and so then we just like domed his Hennessy and smoked his blunt to the ashes. I got really dizzy, and then Chris Miller, I think he's the one who got us thrown out for the riddle box, right?
Well, no, before the riddle box, you found a bucket like under the sink in the kitchen. And you were going around asking for donation because your teeth were rotting out and you needed money to get them fixed. So you were bothering the guy in blackface for pocket change so you could get your teeth pulled. And then Chris put on riddle box. Then we got kicked out, and then we stole a fifth of this dude's bullet and a fifth of R&R. And we took off, and a guy followed us out. And he said, "Hey, where'd those liquor bottles go?" And we were like, "We don't know, man." closed the door, took off. Somebody from the party called somebody in our car, and they were trying to like work out like basically a hostage release for the fifths, and told them that we would come back and bring them the bullet, but to consider the rich and rare gone. That's not
that's
coming
ours.
back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that's the tax that you got to pay when you fucking show up at a party wearing blackface, dude. Sorry, that's just how it goes.
Well, I mean, we were
Nobody
like yelling,
said that
like,
was okay.
are we the only ones like not okay with this?
You're
We
right.
grew up
exactly.
in that bucket and dug in and grabbed the money out to prove a point, to be like,
Right,
if
yeah.
I'm the crazy one here, you know what I mean? But yeah, actually, maybe it was the fact that we were covered in puke and the riddle box was playing that they're like, get these fucking juggalos out of here.
There was a lot of no-nos going on.
Yeah. And that became Mick
You
Foley.
were covered in puke and playing the riddle box.
Yeah.
It is
And he
what it
was
is.
being mankind in the Hell in a Cell because he kept falling through tables.
That was a different house though. Later the evening.
Mick
Yeah, we went to
Foley
several
action.
houses that night.
Yeah, it was really cool when you were somebody else's responsibility and you would just climb in the back of their car. If someone
do.
did that to me now as a sober driver, I'd be furious.
Oh yeah,
I would never
not
stop
I would
complaining
not
about
put
it.
up with our shit at
Mm-mm.
all.
Mm-mm.
But it is fun just fucking like just blacking out and letting everybody else like take care of you.
Just deal with you.
Yeah.
Just put the hands out like a baby. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I can't.
Yeah, Rugrat mode.
Yeah.
Become a little Tommy.
You get like that inside of bars and stuff.
No.
No,
I think we're
wouldn't
pretty.
do that inside of a bar, just at like somebody's like house party or something.
Yeah, no, if we're doing something fucked up, we're nice enough guys to leave the bar.
We've been
or
drinking
go to the
together.
Right,
bathroom.
good to hear.
Like we might bust out like the Rick and Morty glass bowl
Mm-hmm.
and show it off at the bar, but we're not going to bring out a bag of Coke.
Yeah.
We're
Right.
going to do that in the bathroom.
It's almost like, like any debauchery that's going to be involved, you kind of leave the wait staff out of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Anytime you see some Tom, Dick, and Jane putting a spectacle on, dancing on the tables, trying to do some like Judy Garland bullshit, and like glasses are falling everywhere, I'm like, how do y'all continue to do this every night? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want anybody to lose their liquor license or have the cops called to a bar or anything like that. But, yeah.
No, the bar staff are, they're more heroic than the troops.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Work harder than first responders, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
That's just what I've heard from people that work at the bar. I don't know. They come in and they're like, dude, you think being a cop is tough? I'm like, oh, I can't say nothing. I work in the kitchen. You know what I mean? It's not as hard.
You want
Well,
to know
said
real
it, not me,
warfare?
Yeah,
Check out the
I'm
bar
staying
at
on
Chili's.
that.
Come to my job.
Mm-hmm. I don't agree with it personally, but it's just what I've heard
just
said before. Do you agree, guys? You work in the bar.
I wouldn't know because I've never been a first responder or seen them close personally working. I'm gonna guess that their stories are a bit more traumatic than ours are.
9 in the morning. At 9 in the
Yeah.
morning when the bar opens, you guys are first responders for people coming in to stop the shakes. Okay, so don't give yourselves don't give yourselves
or
no
hair at the
credit.
dogging. Yeah, for sure. Like people either trying to like get their daily fix or they're just like, I'm so hungover, I have to like do something to get rid of it.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that running into a burning building is a little more dangerous than like, serving 5 girls named Tiffany and Ashley vodka and Tito's all night.
Brother, this is what I said, and I was unpopular at that restaurant for the rest of the time. I was like, like my cousin caught one in the chest, opening up the door to the wrong house. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember any bartenders coming in bleeding. You know what I mean? Be like, whew, I got shot on the way over here, but the job's got to continue. I got to protect these people.
Exactly. Everybody's got to get drunk. That's just a flesh wound. I'll be fine.
It's just a flesh wound.
I like the bars I went to in Lubbock, Texas, where like the bartenders can kind of like get like they can sense that you might be, trying to cause a little ruckus, and they flash the pistol they got in their pocket.
Yeah.
I always like that move.
They do the same thing at Telway Hamburgers.
They
do not.
Oh yeah, the one in Southwest Detroit, they get robbed on average once a week.
Oh, the one in Madison Heights does it to prove a point.
Oh well, yeah.
Okay, I was about to say the only one I've ever been to is Madison Heights. So
delicious, right?
Well, I live in Ferndale, so it's like only a couple miles away from my house.
We got
that was actually
out of the one in Madison.
It is delicious, but Bates and Greens for life.
Yep, that was one of our regular stops. Like after the shows on Monday nights, we'd be in Royal Oak doing the show, and we'd head on down to the Tailway.
So good.
Get a couple sliders.
Nowhere else in America can you get a 30-cent hamburger these days.
There's a million of them all across Southeast Michigan, though. So like the one I grew up by in Dearborn Heights was called Carter's, and then
is that the one on Van Born?
It's on Outer Drive, but yeah.
Okay, you grew up in Dearborn Heights?
Yep, Dearborn Heights.
Whoa. Me too, dog.
Right
on the north end, though. On the north end,
the township.
Y'all,
very cool, very cool. Damn.
Yeah, so Carter's.
Yeah, we come to Ypsilanti to meet somebody who live in Dearborn Heights. You know? I mean, you grew up down the street from this young man.
There's like a Carter's, Bray's, Telway, Greens, Bates. They're all like named different things, but they're like generally the same thing.
I think they get their meat from the same place. You know, their meat and onions they get from the same place.
They have to literally order everything from the same place.
Right. You got to be careful which one you get the pie from, though. Some of them don't have good pie, so just keep that in mind. Like
those places are great because they're always like family owned. So when you get a job there, you have no possible chance to advance in the company. You know, you're going to make $11 for your entire 2 years that you're there.
Yep. Keep them down, keep them where you can see them.
Yeah, I gotta always recommend that you work for a family. So that way, you know, you stay humble, you don't get all chock full of yourself because you're fucking general manager of Red Robin.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We've seen what a little authority can do to people.
It's crazy.
It's awful, actually.
It's crazy.
It is.
You give somebody moderator privileges on a subreddit, they lose their fucking minds with the power.
Right. Yeah. Some people just don't need to go into middle management, especially in restaurant industry. Like, it's just not good.
No, they're psychos.
We work hard. We play hard. Also, I'm going to try to have sex with every single person here for the next 3 weeks. And if they don't agree, guess what, buddy? There's the unemployment line. I mean,
well, I'm also going to not accept your unemployment. I'm going to.
They do that?
Yeah, you can do that.
Crooks.
You can definitely in order for you to get unemployment, they like contact your employer and make sure that you didn't like quit. And how much money you made.
And if you work for a family, they'll take it to court to make sure.
They will literally be like, no, we're not.
They will try they will unite as a family to fuck you over.
Yeah, they don't want to.
Really cute.
They never want to implement a drug testing policy until that day. You know what I mean? Then they're like, I didn't know my short order cook was on Percocet every single day.
Oh my God.
That's why he got fired.
You see so much. You do see a lot of cool shit. Like, you know, they know that somebody smokes weed, but they want to fire him. So they drug test everybody. The entire staff fails, but they only fire him.
Right.
Yeah, baby. Favoritism in the workplace. Why else would you become a manager or boss?
Yeah.
And be like, I like this guy. He kisses my ass all the time. Guess what, pal? You're coming to eat lunch with me.
He kisses my ass and hooks me up with Percocets.
That's what we call the double down over on this side of the fence. You know what I'm saying?
The fucking American dream.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, let's get real.
Take my entire staff to a strip club, so that was fun.
That rocks.
That's nice.
Was it the traffic light?
No, it wasn't. It was. I think we went to Coliseum.
Okay. You should have went down the road a little bit on Wyoming to Mustangs. It's the same
the Mustang's great.
I've never even been to Mustangs. I love strip clubs so much.
It's the greatest bar in America.
Mustang is a strip club. It's just a bar where the waitresses and barmen all wear like net shirts and nothing else.
Okay, so it's like a bikini bar.
Oftentimes pregnant.
Well, it's like a double X bar.
Imagine a really sexy Jeff Hardy.
One of the coolest things I've ever seen was a girl at Mustang. She was 9 months pregnant, nude, and like cooking French fries and hamburgers and shit. Chain smoking, because you can smoke in there as long as you ask for an Altoid tin.
Beautiful legs though.
And if anyone is listening to this and snitches on the bar, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Absolutely. That should work.
I tell you what, dude. They do have really tasty burgers.
Mustang Burger is the best in the state. I am personally a fan of the Cajun chicken fillet.
Cajun chicken fillet is good. Yeah. And good beer deals all the time. You know, you get a beer for a couple of bucks and stuff. Yeah, I spent a couple of nights stumbling out of there. That's for sure.
Rub elbows with the Ford boys.
Oh yeah.
We got into a car accident with each other outside of the parking lot in a fit of glee, driving over to Washtenaw to go drink some more. And we're like, what? We're all going to Washtenaw? Pile in. And then jumped in and just started racing through the rain and immediately just
hit each other. And then we got out and it was like, oh, dude, it's just you.
Whew. I thought
Let's get out of here.
You guys didn't have to exchange insurance information or anything, huh?
No, you just let it ride, man. We got open tab with each other.
There you go.
Yeah, sometime we'll be at the Sunoco or the Speedway in this case, and you'd be like, "Oh, Vinny, I'm over here. What do you need? You know what I mean? Some ranch jalapeno puffs or
a couple Lucy Newports and some the pepperoni combos.
Oh, that's good stuff right there.
The best combos.
Not bad. I do like the blue cheese ones too. Is that blue cheese and buffalo?
Yeah, that's
sauce?
the buffalo one.
Oh,
I don't fuck with that.
Those ones are really good, but a lot of people don't like blue cheese. And I love
blue cheese is fucked up.
Unbelievable. Every restaurant I've ever been into where I try to implement blue cheese, they're like, it's polarizing. I don't get it.
I love blue cheese, and people really don't like it, and I don't understand.
Yeah, I like it.
It stinks, for one. It stinks very bad.
Okay, but
I've worked at cheese
that there are other
before.
cheeses that stink that you would be willing to eat.
I like really stinky aged Italian cheeses. I love a Fontanella. I love an old
Asiago.
Asiago.
Blue cheese stinks, then shouldn't you be like totally
It's
fine
a different
with that?
stink. It stinks of like fucking like maybe shit that's underneath a horse's hoof and has been there for a week.
Oh my God. It does not. That is exaggerating.
Smells like
you put that
smells like
shit
little
on
old
some
lady
Chili's
perfume.
wings, so baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's some shit that old Farmer Jack's eating.
I'm with you, Lauren. I
like blue cheese with my hot wings too. I'm with you.
Okay, I will say this though. I will say this. I am very picky about my blue cheese dressings. Okay. I'm super picky about it because some of them taste like there's sugar or something in them, and some of them taste like there's like, I don't know, like olive juice in them or something. And then you get these ones that are like the perfect, oh, my dog almost knocked over my wine. The perfect amount of like creamy and like just lightly seasoned blue fucking cheese, and it's delicious.
It's got to have the little chunks of real blue cheese in there.
Of course it does.
It doesn't work.
But then I found out
at the restaurants, though, right?
So I used to get Marie's blue cheese, and then eventually like the only like restaurant I would go to and get their blue cheese was Big Boy, which is weird because their blue cheese is fucking delicious. And then Marie's blue cheese is delicious. And then I learned how to make blue cheese, and I was like, why I haven't been doing this the entire time, because it's so simple. And
you make it the same way as growing psychedelic mushrooms, right? You kind of like make like a little like turtle aquarium with a heat rock, and
you order it online in syringes.
Yeah,
some cow patties,
little spores.
Yeah, baby, you can grow psilocybin mushrooms in my apartment.
Yeah, and you know, when you leave the apartment, just put Tool on the Bluetooth speaker. The blue cheese responds very well to the sound vibrations.
Y'all, I don't know if you've ever done psilocybin mushrooms, but like clockwork, someone's going to force you to watch 6 hours of Tool music videos to try to convince you otherwise.
Oh my God. Is that the truth or what?
I love them. That's what happens now. I was at my buddy's house the other day. We ate a little bit of mushrooms. His old lady's like, and like, just flipping through, and Tool started coming on. She goes, that's that Tool song. And I was like, Tool, why didn't you leave it on? And
you just like take mushrooms and immediately you just hear, I know the pieces fit. Like,
they play the music video that's like two Gumbies fucking each other.
You already know, brother. Skyrocket on the charts. I've had a young man try the same thing with Rush. Much more enjoyable, I have to say.
Yeah, Rush is a classic. I will always go for a Rush documentary or live concert video. That's a good call.
Rush doc?
Oh, there's plenty of them,
Yeah,
they've got all kinds of videos and movies and home stuff. Those guys were really funny. They had a great sense of humor. Yeah.
Well, the man looks like a wizard. You got to be able to laugh at yourself when you're 70 years old. Wearing,
exactly.
True. Look, yeah.
Animal skins and shit.
It's like watching
the long flowy robes.
Yeah, looking like Vermin Supreme.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to a real one.
Yeah, I met him when he was in Ann Arbor, and I told him I was a socialist, so he would suck my dick.
Did it work?
Yes.
Nice. Nice.
Sure
bro.
shit did, bud. I just repeated some Bernie Sanders talking points, and he met me in my Ford Taurus.
I do the same thing to bartenders, and it makes me seem cultured. And I've learned that you guys are very good at feigning interest. So I constantly felt like what I was saying, very important.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's... if you can't do that, then you might as well not even try and be a bartender. Like
I respect the art of pretending like you're interested in a conversation because I can't do it.
That's 90% of what bartending is.
I will say,
it's
as a female,
Mhm.
as a female bartender, I have to do that a lot.
All the time.
Like,
Guys do too.
A lot. And so the worst though is that my friend actually like took a video of me one time. Like I went to a bar to do karaoke and I showed up and a whole bunch of these regulars were there. And I like sat down and this guy comes up and he starts talking to me and my friend started taking this video of me and you can just see me like I'm shaking my leg, I'm like circling my drink, I'm looking around, I'm going yeah, and then I'm like, okay, well I'm gonna like go check on my friends now, and I like walk away. He sent the video to me and I was mortified. I was like, that's how I respond to these people, and they think I'm interested.
Oh yeah, he turned to his buddy and he's like, dude,
she totally like
that shit, dude. I'm cleaning up tonight.
And those kind of guys turn into stalkers.
Yeah, but
yes, I was like, oh my god. I felt like I was a piece of shit, but then I was like, wait, he totally left that going like she talked to me for so long.
Yeah, I mean,
To be fair, I've been in a bar hitting on a girl before, and I could just tell that she's not interested and stop myself in the middle and been like, all right, I'm just going to let us both off the hook here. You're not interested, and like walked away. Like, this is
give her $60 with a wink.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
a $60 tip and a little like, but just in case, you know what I'm saying? But if you were
like,
actually,
here's my ICQ number. If you want to talk later, you change your mind.
Of them, bro. All 18 digits on a napkin.
Yeah.
It's one thing to strike out with a lady, but like to embarrass yourself too because she's not interested. It's like, I'll just cut my losses and go.
I gotta kind of
just lie, bro. Just lie to anybody that asks. Be like, oh, her? Yeah, massive racist.
Exactly.
We were really hitting it off, and then she just started saying some fucking questionable stuff. And you know me, an ally, I had to dip.
Exactly. So I don't go for that Aryan Nation bullshit, man. Sorry.
It turns out she doesn't. Her prized possession is her great-great-grandfather's Confederate flag belt buckle.
Well.
She refuses to part with it.
I always say, I'm like, look, dude, she works at a bar. She likes Motorhead. The swastikas are Motorhead swastikas.
Yeah.
It doesn't fly.
Yeah, she just likes the war.
Yeah.
Right.
Big World War II head.
Damn, my man went to the grave with that shit, huh?
Yeah.
It's like, I want to be buried in my Nazi paraphernalia, but I'm not racist.
Yeah,
Everyone's like, rock and roll, baby.
He went to the grave the biggest fan of Battlefield 1942 on PC.
Right.
Salute.
only playing as the Axis powers.
Backs out of the game.
Yeah, if he ends up on the British team, he's logging out. He's rage quitting.
Right.
Even if he gets onto the Italian team, he's rage quitting. You didn't have time for Dagos.
You know, man, those are the people that are they're slowly building their way into this country. From what I understand, to take power. But I mean, also, like I said, I only read headlines. I read no articles. I just recite those back with, kind of a shot in the dark.
And he tells me the headlines of what's going on, and that's how I form my opinion.
Oh my god!
Almost no other insight.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
That was so funny.
No.
Just scratching the surface, like just enough to be informed.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to complain about people that don't get the hint at the bar. I've had my rent paid for many months off of dating a woman who was the belle of the ball at the bar.
Yeah,
just like
absolutely.
You would sit there and it was just like cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I said, you look great. You look fantastic. And then you get a little Capri sandwich on the way home. And you're like, oh my god!
You're sitting in a high chair at the bar. She's spoon feeding you applesauce.
Oh, humility, bro! If you're paying my rent, you can dress me however you want, dude. I'll wear the fox suit. I don't give a fuck.
Oh my God.
That's why I don't understand jealous boyfriends that sit at the bar and then they make a stink. You know what I mean?
It's like it makes no sense. It's like, dude, she's coming home with you and she's making all this bread. Like, don't mess up her game. Leave it alone.
Play your cards right, dummy. You're bumming her cigarettes tonight.
I've worked at bars where it's like you're not allowed to bring in significant others at all.
Oh, that's how it was in Lubbock. Same thing.
Yeah, we were not allowed to have any boyfriends or girlfriends, and if you were caught like talking to anybody outside of the bar that like was a regular there or like came there, then that
you get shot with a sniper rifle.
You get shot, yeah. The street. You get fired or suspended, yeah.
Like, this is for you.
They just put you down like a dog, like a sick dog for talking to your boyfriend in the alley.
That's why you got to lie and be like, this is my brother. You know what I mean? And then just like hope that he doesn't say anything incriminating while you're there. You know? Like,
you have no idea. We would be like, okay, let's just say the door girl or like the coat check girl, they're not allowed to drink, right? So they would get people to come downstairs, like they'd be like, oh yeah, you can buy me a drink, but don't tell them that it's for me because I'm not supposed to be drinking. And then they would come up to the bar and they'd be like, can I get a vodka and cranberry? Did you say vodka cranberry? Yeah, vodka cranberry, or was it pineapple? I don't know, whatever the fucking coach girl drinks. Like,
yeah,
they get told on all the time.
Showing the cards.
That's
you
bad.
think that they like are actually being cool, but in reality, they're telling on everybody all the time. They get too drunk to remember to not say shit, or they like talk too much, or like somebody will go, oh yeah, you know, I love coming here because this person totally hooks up my drinks. And as much as it sounds like you're giving them a compliment, you're actually
ratting
like
them out.
totally fucking them over because now my boss is watching every pour I do.
They're gonna turn on that scale where they weigh all the liquor bottles.
Like,
And you know what
we
I mean?
call them no
it's
jigger Remy for a reason. You know
even if I
Exactly.
am hooking you up, by you running your mouth and telling people I hook you up, and now I can't hook you up or anybody up.
Yeah. No, don't trust drunk people with secrets. They're not real good at it.
I will say this much: nobody's louder than somebody with nothing else to say. You know what I'm saying?
That is the truth.
Case in
oh
point.
my god.
Yeah.
The worst storytellers always the loudest ones and most obnoxious ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're talking two peacocks, baby. Those wings. You know? Someone's getting a laugh over at the painted lady. All you do is lean over them in the bar and just start talking louder.
Yeah.
It works every time.
Yeah.
They used to bare their teeth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when we were all chimps, we'd bare our teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Nowadays, you just start talking about professional wrestling angles from 10 years ago.
Sure. After you were outside getting some fresh air, snorting what you believed to be cocaine, but turned out to be bath salt. So when you went back into the bar, your peacock feathers were more expanded than ever.
Oh, yeah. Not making a lot of sense, but definitely excited.
But I did learn that bath salts were not like that was just a media attack.
I thought it was very fun.
That shit was fun.
Yeah, and safe.
I did not feel like fucking gnawing your face off or none of that shit.
No violence.
No, it was just fun, goofing. Fucking Gorski had that Hawaiian shirt on, looking beautiful.
Like,
no fentanyl?
Yeah, no fentanyl.
Pretty cool.
That's okay, yeah.
Pretty cool.
That sounds like a win to me.
That is the plus of like your only vice being synthetic weed. K2 is you have a 0 chance of ODing on fentanyl.
I don't know if you guys had to face that, but when I was I won't say the bar, but when I was downtown Detroit a couple of years ago, there was a young man who because I was griping about the fentanyl making its way into cocaine, and I was like, that's kind of weird, right? And then and he took me outside and he had a very heated conversation about how fentanyl actually is good. And that, you know, these people that overdose just don't know their tolerance. And I'm like, or the fact that they bought cocaine and didn't know that there was a heavy sedative in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I had to ask myself, it sounds an awful lot like some fentanyl dealer talk.
All I know is if your dealer has fentanyl in the cocaine, then you do not want to go to their house for Thanksgiving, because that means they're putting like the raw chicken, the raw bird, the turkey on a cutting board, taking it off and then just putting lettuce on it without washing the cutting board.
Oh yeah.
They have no respect for the rules.
Cross contamination.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to let especially poultry, get into the danger zone, guys. I don't know how many times we've had to watch that video at corporate restaurants, but
amen. Just don't go to a dinner party at your drug dealer's house. There's no need to get salmonella poisoning.
Solid advice. I feel like we've learned so much tonight that
we really have.
Like black neck is okay, but blackface is no good, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of on the fence about black neck.
Well, no, black neck is okay as long as you're not like physically and sexually abusing your partner.
Exactly.
Right.
We've learned that it's okay.
You're being
to
an honest Indian, then feel free to hide your double chin.
It's okay to get into an accident as long as
it's just with your buddies.
Yeah, that's just
you know the person.
That's platonic playtime.
What else have we learned?
I learned about unemployment today.
Unemployment. The Mustang has this is gonna be really hard to write up the review of this episode and what we say we talked about. I'm gonna have to think back
everything.
When you asked us what our podcast was about, I'm like, should we just bring up an old episode and read the 2-paragraph description?
Yeah, just read the synopsis from Trailer Park Dodo.
Speaking of though, Vincent, Joey, can you tell us the name of your podcast again, please?
Boys Shooting Club.
Boys Shooting Club. Everybody go check it out. It's wherever you find podcasts. You got it on the Apple iTunes. You got it on the Spotify. You can find it everywhere. You guys got a YouTube channel too.
YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got a Patreon
channel.
We got a Patreon, and we got like $1 tiers, $5 tiers, $10 tiers, and a $25 tier. So you get the whole month of content and a T-shirt delivered to your house. I fucked up with the Patreon money as far as GameStop and AMC stock is concerned. A lot of money was lost. So, anything to get that money back would be very appreciated. You could also buy our T-shirts without subbing to the Patreon at bscpod.online. We got a couple of designs. We got one that we call the Jack Off Union T-shirt, where it's got like the Tasmanian Devil, Shaggy 2 Dope, Sublime, and a bottle of poppers all fixated in the form of like a Union Boy logo. And then we got a T-shirt that has AJ Soprano in a Pantera T-shirt in front of the Sublime Sun with 2 Cottonmouth King emblems on both sides.
I wish you didn't say the band names because now we can't deny copyright infringement.
I want to go to court. I want to be sued for copyright infringement.
Oh, okay, cool. I was gonna say
I got nothing to fucking lose.
I was gonna call it Cartoon Sun.
Okay.
And Cool Flag.
So, you guys should definitely check out Boys Shooting Club. You can listen to them at lots of places. You got all their info. If you guys want to send us anything, some emails about the things that you've experienced working in the service industry, hanging out in the service industry, doing anything that involves drinking, send us an email at barsidetales@gmail.com. Barside Tales, spelled T-A-L-E-S. This is a thing that people have commented on. T-A-L-E-S. Don't think I should have to say that.
Yeah,
at gmail.com.
It's not a furry podcast.
Grow tails.
Huh? This is fucking, it's stupid, the shit that I get. So let's just make that clear. T-A-L-E-S.
This is about alcoholic furries, tails from the bar.
Alcoholic furries. Tails.
I'm like, maybe you spelled it wrong. Oh yeah, you did. So
anyways, Vince, Joey, man, it was great to meet you guys.
Hey Remy, thank you. Lauren, thank you for having us on the podcast.
Yeah, dude, thank you so much. This was a blast. Great to meet you guys. It was
awesome. I'm glad that you guys had a good time. I can't wait until we can meet up in real life and go hang out at a house party or a bar or something like that and really get down.
That's cool. Yeah,
everybody be cool out there. Check these guys out.
Microchip shot into my veins.
I can't wait. Baby. Forward to mine.
We'll see you guys all again soon.
All right. Goodbye.
Later.
Bye, everybody.